people for success, the only medication is to make my destination be on every station. It's got me making these cuts quicker like a knee replacement, and it be sweetness to ball on them like I'm Walter Payton. And I maneuver through these fashions like a roller coaster. I'm the one who's signing boobies when the show is over. Me and my baby rolling like I'm pushing stolen strollers. I do this for all of my homies and my dirty smokers. You stand the yip cause this shit steady wearing hella masks. I'm in this bitch just like Pharrell wearing hella hats. You'll probably end up with some chick who have like 20 cats. I'm on my way to doing features for like 20 racks. And I'm on a mission like the Blues Brothers. Home of the blues, tattoos and skilled nose coverage. Don't let the Mississippi make you show your true colors. You better never touch that water like a pool cover. The other day my brother Tep was just on that lover. Rocky called and said that we got every lane smothered. Shout out to my homies who got more than one baby mother. We bout to do this shit, you crazy motherfucking fucker. And I'm jigging. Fucks that cranky for everything you said about the city. You have to pay it like you hurt when you come and visit. I know you think you're probably headed to a better home, but just remember this is where you won the Super Bowl. And network whipping up the shit like Nesquik. Shut up, blockbuster down like Netflix. I'll be that dang raw, probably leave a red box. Have my time with you, drop you off at the next stop. I'm addicted to reaching my goals. Do what I say and I read what I sow. Too many people is speaking in codes, but nobody keeping it secret no more. Me and Artie been alive in the party, turn water into wine while drinking water, but our fuse is shorter. Don't get out of line or get taken out like you just placed an order. I'm always on the go, I gotta stop the sorta. Don't get along with peace, I gotta cop the sorta. Just a rapping ass honky, no, I'm in a country, different parts where the coke, pop the soda. I'm a superstar like rock and roller. Always fall for the girls who like yoga. One time for the homies on the block with Yola. Just hope the one time don't pull you over. And I see her swooping, that's the shit that I get used to. Gotta have with son like Russell if you want a little future. Got a special set of skills when my lady really needs them. Knock them down like Liam Neeson when I work a fucking threesome. And I'm chilling. Out as chick, caught her playing with her nose and she was fingering up the yay like her name was Amber Rose. There's no disrespect to Kanye, I'ma vote in 2020. Got some contacts in my phone that keep my visions 2020. Bunch of junkies in the town of flunkies throwing up the set, going hard in the lane till I'm blowing up the net. Got the swagger of a rookie with the wisdom of a vet. Keep the spirit of St. Louis even on a private jet. See, I wake up in the morning, pour a glass of Popey OJ. If I ever kill somebody, get away with it like OJ. R.I.P. to Johnny Cochran, best to ever do it. Trying to get away with murder every time I make some music. I'm the shit. That's why I'm always throwing deuces. They just scared to rumble with me, so they always calling truces. I'm a problem on the mic, but I've always been a nuisance. Hanging on till my death, my dreams been in and out of nuisance. Truth is that I die before I fail, lie before I tell. Try some more, I will, till my life's fulfilled. I'm nice and I got the rights to kill. Snipe at will, twice the real, twice the skill, twice the sex appeal than your favorite rapper with a deal. Fuck Netflix and chill. I'd rather talk net worth and build. Network and mills, stretch work and fields. That's not textbook nor drilled. I do what I want and speak how I feel. So ill and so ill.
All I do is hide away. All I do is hide away. All I do is hide away. All I do is chase.
Locked in my room, all I have is a dream. Locked in my room at the age of 13. Notebook at the notebook, feel bad for the trees. My bad, I'm a beast on beats, I'm a feast, don't speak. When I get punched in the teeth with his pen and pad. It's like lunchtime independent, I want my cornbread. Girls got their brows on fleek, the guys got their cups on lean. I just want these rhymes on point, trying to come up with new schemes, trying to find out what it all means. Popping the scene while stacking the screen at the same time. Getting too burnt stoned at the same time, but I'm getting too old at the same time. With these technological advances and people wanting second chances, I'm surprised the time machine ain't been invented yet. I could use that advantage, travel back in time with a new understanding. Wreck shop and do damage, rescope and replan it, realign a new planet. But I'm supposed to be where I'm supposed to be, on point to be posted with my posse. Paparazzi probably pop the shots, but these pretty pop stars gon' pose for me. Ain't no time for the petty, no codes for me. Trying to beat Tom Petty, Hearts road for me. Trying to enjoy this rush like Geddy Lee and go to this for the people that would go for me because
all we do is hide away. All we do is hide away. All we do is hide away. All we do is chase away. All we do is hide away. All we do is hide away. was chasing.
That little boy that you call a nerd is filled with words and full of curves. Just cause you like the same things you like don't mean it can't be common ground with a purpose, sir. That little girl that you call a freak is good on the piano like Alicia Keys and got a singing voice like Anne Marie. It's just this one thing, it's just this one thing, man. Got me tripping, is the life of a bully. It's holy, based on taking the hatred and growing desire to comprehend things they don't understand fully. Surely letting it build up inside of them slowly to the point where they find themselves exploding. Slowly on those when the knowing, exploding and going to places they ain't going. That's too bad. I remember like a room with 2 pads. Too young to drive, too young to get smashed. Before dropping tracks and adding 2 stabs. I roll with no beat, just happy to rap and happy to snap. My pops was too mad. I walked a new path and talked with new swag, adapted new friends, I hung with new path. But I don't mind all these hills I've climbed. We all face times that kind of want shine. We all gotta rise supporting our lives above all the lies we tell ourselves to get by. Like can't do it, won't try. Might look stupid, might lose, or might die. But if you never go, then you never know. So you might as well set your goals hella high. Just ride.
All I do is hide. All I do is hide. All I do is hide.
What's up, everybody?
Hey, y'all.
I'm Chad.
And I'm Brittany, and we're the new tribe. We're bringing you the new real.
What up, Nightwish Army?
How y'all doing?
Guys, we decided to do our Nightwish Wednesday live this week because we've been running behind ever since the weekend. We got kids doing projects in school. It's about 10 below zero outside, so everything takes a long time, grocery shopping, that sort of thing. So we decided to do our Poet and the Pendulum meaning research like we promised we would do about, I don't know, half a year ago. Last summer. It was last summer. We first heard Poet and the Pendulum for the first time last summer. If you guys haven't checked out our first time reaction, you can go check it out yourself.
Or you can watch it here with us.
Or you can watch it here because we're going to refresh it, go back, rewatch our reaction, and then we will do the research after that and finally find out kind of the story behind Nightwish's Poet and the Pendulum.
Yes.
And after that, we will finally be back on our list. We just did My Walden last as our last reaction. We are on Sleeping Sun, and we are going to check that out for the first time at the end of this stream, guys. So.
Yes, we do have to pick our son up from school at 2:10, so we're going to give the Poet and the Pendulum the time it deserves. And if we run too far behind, then we will just make a video out of Sleeping Sun.
And then put that out as soon as we can, absolutely. So we're going to jump right into things, guys. We're not going to stretch things out. We're going to go ahead and get into the Poet and the Pendulum. We're going to rewatch kind of our reaction so we can refresh our minds. We still have done no research on this.
Nope. But from the comments, you guys really came out and showed so much support.
Showed some love in the comments.
So much encouragement, and just you guys were so appreciative of how we do things here, and we really appreciate that because we get a lot of hate for you know, not just watching a song through and actually reacting authentically.
And we had a lot of people that wanted us to do the research first and then watch it, and that's just, we have always done it the opposite way on this channel. We've always done a blind reaction first, and then we'll go through and do whatever research afterwards and that sort of thing. So Jurgen, what is up? He said accidentally fell into you. Did you do your homework? We are here today to do the homework. We've actually
already reacted to it.
Yes.
It was like 6 months ago, and then his mom had some health issues. We had to actually build a new PC because ours wasn't working anymore properly. So we're back, and we are doing the Poet and the Pendulum homework on the live.
Yeah, like we promised. We had originally worked out with the community that we would go in blind, react blind, do our best at interpreting the lyrics.
That's how we do everything here.
Which is how we do everything. And then on our following Nightwish Wednesday live stream, we were actually going to do this. So it is a long time coming, but we decided to go ahead and do it today. And
it deserves that.
Yes, and like I said, in the end, we're going to do our what is it?
Sleeping Sun.
Sleeping Sun at the end of this live stream, and then on our next week's Nightwish Wednesday live, we will
discuss the
video
from the week before.
Yes, the previous one. So, guys, before we get into it, get your drinks out.
Yes.
Let's toast those haters out there, guys. Why do we do that, baby?
Because they need love the most. You cannot drive out darkness with more darkness. You need light for that.
One thing we do on this channel, guys, is we promote as much positivity as possible. Yes. You guys showing up in the comments, like she said, for all of our videos, honestly.
Yeah, and since we've been back with the My Walden, everybody is just welcoming with open arms, warm wishes.
Yes, you guys
as
have
you
been
guys
awesome.
did when we first started Nightwish. So I didn't expect anything less, but it was really awesome to see you guys all come back. And you know, the algorithm don't matter. Like you
Yes.
guys are here because you really F with us, you know?
Yeah, so we are going to go ahead and get into our reaction. This was our reaction from last summer when we first checked out The Poet and the Pendulum, so we can kind of refresh ourselves. I will probably skip through it here and there because it is a long one. We took our time on this one. But
As we always do.
But we want to make sure that we get refreshed before we go in and actually check out the meanings to it.
And speaking of the comment section too, I didn't get to say it all, but you guys, I know we're doing homework today, but you guys filled us in and let us know that going in blind, that we did an amazing job. Like
appreciate
interpreting that.
Yeah.
Yes.
So
I'm excited to know the exact
I'm excited to
story
know
today.
the exact meaning. Absolutely. All right, guys. All right. Here, I'm gonna be the first to tell you I don't like really watching myself on these videos, so we'll see how it goes here. See you over there in the monitor?
I'm literally hot.
Do you see it? No, you're literally hot. Like, damn. Yep.
Gosh, I look so bitchy. I wanted to wear that shirt. Pause it for a minute. I wanted to wear that shirt because it said The Poet and the Pendulum. And when I think of poetry, for some reason, I think of like love. So I was like, I got to wear this shirt. Because I don't have a lot of like stuff like that's pink and red and stuff. So I was like, I got to wear that shirt. And it was so freaking hot. I literally was about to die in that long sleeve shirt, but it was worth it. I love the look.
The Poet and the Pendulum, official live, because that's what we were asked to do. But guys, we have heard about this song since we have discovered Nightwish. We went through a couple of "You're Not Worthy" sections.
Yep.
We had to get through a little bit of Nightwishology. Now we feel like we're ready to take on,
We had to pass some tests.
yes, the song that is The Poet and the Pendulum. But before we do that, guys, hit that subscribe button.
And ring the bell so you know when we drop that next.
Wife swapped with Dr. Phil. Or wait, like
Oh.
Dr. Phil. All right, guys, here we go. Finally, it is Nightwish.
The Poet and the Pendulum.
Gosh, I forgot how good this was.
I know. If you guys see me looking down, it's because I'm watching the little video. I'm not necessarily watching myself. I'm listening, but I'm not watching. I gotta watch the video. Wow.
Damn. So that's
Yeah.
like, that's up there. That's
Yes.
like operatic.
Exactly.
Like, so we've yet to see anybody in the band. We're getting down at the bottom of this, it says part 1, the White Lands of Empathica.
Yeah, I forgot.
I can't help but notice empath
Yep.
in that word.
I know, I did too.
So what we're getting is the songwriter's dead,
Yep.
and he's being taken to the
His end.
white sands or lands of Empathica, which would be where maybe the empaths go, people that feel too much. You know what I
Right,
mean?
Right.
So is this somewhere that you like heaven,
Like
or
heaven,
would
yeah.
it be somewhere like hell? Because keep in mind, you know, being an empath myself,
It can be a
it can
curse
be
and a blessing.
hell. You know what I mean? Feeling as much as you do. So
Yeah.
obviously we don't know yet. It's only 58 seconds into the song, but I can see it going either way. You know
And
what
I
I mean?
love how we don't see them yet, but we hear.
Oh yeah, it's like a
The
build.
big entrance.
Yes, it's like a build without a
and
build.
they started with the end. but yet come in with that big of an entrance.
Yeah. Oh, that's a good point. They
Yeah.
they begin with the end.
Yes.
Yeah. I'll take it back a little bit.
Wow. So cinematic. I was about to say it's cinematic. Wow.
Ooh, there we go.
Yes.
That's so good. Damn. Wow. Whoa.
Okay.
Holy shit. Now this,
Okay.
okay, so we went from here
Yes.
to fucking here.
Yes.
You know what I mean?
Yes.
And
I feel
to
like
hear-
we're about to go on the most epic roller coaster of emotion.
yeah.
But
So-
but with the metal almost contradicting how dark some of these.
Yeah,
Even though they're using some beautiful vocabulary with it.
Yeah, it's
the way that they are putting the words together.
well, we've got
Which is being a human.
Yes.
Emotions. You know, a lot of people will say that negative emotions are, you know, negative, and that, you know, they don't want to feel those, and that wouldn't be being human, though.
Yes.
Being human is a balance in life. You have to have the highs and the lows to get you where you're supposed to go on your road. You know,
Yeah.
it teaches you your lessons. It gets, you know, being with the wrong people gets you to the right people.
Yes.
Kind of thing. You get what I'm saying? Like,
so like this is okay, so we
Mike.
switched into part 2, and it's obviously written in a story format. We
Right.
know that much. You know what I mean? It's telling a tale, and
yes.
it being Nightwish, there's a good chance that everything's not going to be what it seems.
Yes.
You know what I mean?
Which that's what I love.
So a widowed
Yeah.
writer torn apart by chains of hell, and they started with the songwriters, the songwriters dead.
yeah.
So obviously our main character or person in this is the songwriter,
Yes.
and a widow
Who's
writer.
speaking to us as they're writing right now.
Absolutely, and just like I was saying before, you know, a empath, somebody that feels as much as they do,
Yes.
you know, it can be hell sometimes.
Yes.
And anytime you have to deal with those kind of emotions, you know what I mean, you get a lot of self I don't want to say loathing, that's a kind of a strong word, but you get a lot of conflicting emotions
Yes.
inside. You know what I
Yes.
mean? Because me as an empath, I like being able to feel as deeply as I do. It makes me who I am. It makes me creative. You know,
Yes.
it makes me, you know, be able to use that and turn it into energy. But
They can be
it can also feel like
overwhelming.
hell.
Yes, it can be overwhelming. It can be heavy. It can be a
Yes.
burden on our daily life, especially with the way the world is today and how it expects so much of us.
And then the next one, I just want to make sure we don't miss anything. One last perfect verse. So he's preparing to die.
It's still the same old song.
He's either preparing to die, or he's looking at it like he has already died.
Right.
Which is
or
kind
he's
of
had the best of the best.
which is kind of what I'm picking up.
So he would rather die.
Yes. So I'm looking at it like he's metaphorically died, as in this is the last perfect verse. You know, he's no longer going to be a poet. He's no longer going to be a songwriter.
That part of
for
him,
whatever reason.
Yes, that part of him has been crushed. It's died inside. He doesn't.
Absolutely.
He doesn't find his
And I still look at that as kind of metaphorical to, you know, not necessarily even a poet or a songwriter, but being your creative self, being you know, yourself as in what you love about yourself, you know. And in this person, in this story, would have been the poet or the songwriter.
Well, when overwhelming amount of negative can come into your life, it can kill your creative vibe. It can kill the good that's inside of you, unfortunately.
Absolutely. And when you have something that you look at as so good, you know what I mean, and it
almost can make your heart bitter.
Something breaks it, or something, you know, something makes it not happen, then that could you know, that could make you feel like, even though you're not, you know, it didn't happen, say it didn't happen to you directly and it was somebody else, you know, in a situation, then you could be, you know, basically done with what you had. You know, you could feel like, I'll never have it that good again. It'll never be what it was. So, and I kind of feel like that was what I got out of that first part.
And we all go, like, people hear death and they think it's like just literal, and it's not. There's a lot of deaths you go through in life, and I was kind of talking about that within the ups and downs of life. We go through many, many deaths in life, so you have to have a destruction for a rebirth to happen.
Yeah.
Sometimes it's necessary. He doesn't find his, you know, like, he's my inspiration in life. And if I didn't have him, it would be a very, very dark world. You can be inspired to write about your challenges, your darknesses, your...
I don't know why I did that.
That's weird.
There we go.
There we go. Okay.
For some reason, it just wants to switch.
Did you accidentally click that?
On its own. I could have hit the stream deck over here.
Oh, you did it again. Yep.
Huh?
You did it again.
Did what? No, that's just behind.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. All right. We got 3 monitors going on over here, guys. So,
you know, your struggles.
I'm technologically
in life
challenged.
I've seen a lot of great artists do that, and you know, that actually helps them get through it. Actually.
Absolutely, guys. If you hear my dog barking in the background, the kids are outside playing in the hose, and she is freaking out. So you'll have to just don't mind her, please.
Yes.
Still the same old song. Christ, how I hate what I have.
There's that self-loathe.
Take me on. Get away, run away, fly away, and lead me astray. To dream outside away, I can't cry, just a shoulder cries more. I can't die, I a heart for the cold world. Forgive me, and the two faces, one for the world, and one for God save me. I can't cry, just a shoulder cries more. I can't die, I a heart for the cold world.
Wow.
I
So
love
there's a
that.
whole lot of
That was
aggression.
so-
Oh,
It went
yes.
from self-loathing to I cannot cry because the shoulder cries more.
Yeah,
so,
like you know, you
so
need a shoulder to cry on.
But you can't get your emotions
Yes.
out because everybody else's emotions are
Yeah.
more. Everybody else's bullshit's bigger than yours. You're the
Yes.
empath. Empaths know that that's kind of how it goes. We feel everybody
it's
else's
very
pain.
sacrificial.
We feel everybody
type of
else's
vibe.
pain. Yes, absolutely. I a whore for the cold world. He has 2 faces. So
Yes.
basically, you know, what he puts out, you know, to the world isn't necessarily the person he feels.
No,
you know what I
but
mean?
an empath, I know this because I am one as well.
Because you do have to
you
hide
will,
it.
Yes, you will never put out your true emotions because you never want to hurt another person because it's going to hurt you. That's just how it works.
Absolutely.
And
if
because
you
you
do
feel everything,
and if
even
you-
if it's justified.
if you do hurt another person, like God forbid, like, you know, an empath has to, you know, cut off a family member,
Yes.
or you know something like that. You lose a best friend,
Yes.
whatever. That is going to devastate them.
Yes.
Even
Going-
if like she said it was justified, it's going to devastate because you're going to feel your pain and you're
And
going to
theirs.
feel their pain because you're not going to be able to help but feel
Double-edged sword.
that
Yes.
you caused
Yeah.
their pain, whether
Right.
it was justified or not. You know, so and you got to be careful with that kind of self-negative talk with
Yes.
because whether he's playing. I've got to get these off here.
Okay.
The subtitles, the YouTube subtitles are just so far off most of the
Yeah.
time. Like, and I'll catch myself just sitting there reading them, and I'm just like,
we
that's
were,
not what I
we
said.
were saying dead earlier, and it was saying dad.
Yeah. So, like, actually dead right here, and is metaphorically or not,
Yes.
Those kind of words can lead to, action.
Destruction.
Yes, it can lead to negativity of that
Yes.
magnitude in your life.
Yes, because
so,
what you put out, like, especially with energy, like words, writing down, stuff like that, thinking, you do all three and it amplifies it even
Absolutely.
more. You do that and it's the law of attraction. It's just the way that the laws of the universe work. It's science. What you put out, you're going to get back. And we've been through this in our life. That's why we can speak
Yes.
on it. And we knew that the more we stress, the more we worry, the more we're sad, depressed, all this stuff, you spiral into even a darker,
bigger.
Yes,
The
because
hole
I've
gets
been through
deeper.
depression. I've been through
Yep.
it, and I dug myself out of it, and I said I would never do it again. And that's why we preach so much positivity on this channel.
So, in this situation, going along the storyline, of course, what she was talking about is, in real life, you've got to keep trucking on because it does get better, that sort of
Yes.
thing. But in this story right here, I don't know if it's going to get better.
And they
because
might-
the direction he's going is really dark. All right, we're still in part 2.
I love it.
My home is there and there, those meadows of it, adventure-filled days, one with every smiling face. Needs no more words, thoughts from a severed head. No more please tell me once my heart goes right.
Woo-hoo-hoo.
Holy shit, okay. So there was his home was in
He's
better
going
times.
back and forth.
His home was in better times,
Yes,
is what he's saying.
Yes.
Where he's at now, it isn't. That
No.
home is no more.
Yes.
So
Empaths will also feel the desire. They will seek a home that's not always here. They feel like they are from a faraway planet because of, like he said, the cold world, and where the world just is in their vibration and in their conditioning and stuff like that. So when you feel like you do have a person and, outside of the crazy world,
Yeah.
and they do you, wrong, or you lose that person or whatever, that can feel like, what's the point?
Yeah.
Because love is the most powerful drug. It really
before we get into it, I don't even know if we touched on it here. It's been so long since I've seen this, but the lyrics that he wrote, the "Please No More," thoughts from a severed head.
Yes.
How powerful is that? Just in
Oh,
itself,
yes.
you know what I mean? Just lyric writing.
Yes.
This is some of the deepest stuff that we cover on
Yes.
this channel.
Yes.
You know what I mean? And it's so much fun
This
interpreting
would be a
it.
perfect song for a breakdown. Like a
Absolutely.
full song breakdown. It really, it's so deep. Like, and when
Absolutely.
you do a first time reaction, you can almost be overstimulated by everything that's going on, especially when there's a video to it as well. Like, you're hearing it for the very first time and you're getting just, all of it
It's
at
hard
once.
to just interpret it
Yes.
as it comes, which
Yes.
is why we're starting full song breakdowns, like deep interpretations like this over on our Patreon. We'll be doing Nightwish over there. We'll be doing hip hop lyrics, rock lyrics, you name it. We'll try to put out a couple videos a month over there on the Patreon. So if you guys are
Will be
interested in
coming
that,
this
check it out.
month.
Those of you that are just joining us, we are going back through the Poet and the Pendulum reaction that we did this last summer. We went in blind, tried to interpret it the best we could. So now we're going back, we're getting a refresher kind of on what we thought the song was before we actually do the homework and find out what the song was actually about, see how close we came. And then after we're done with this, we're going to do our first reaction to the Sleeping Sun. So
really is.
Absolutely.
And it can
and
make you feel alive, but it can also make you feel like you want to die.
And that's where we're at. I mean, because if you look at the lyrics, he's got those,
he's reminiscing.
You know, his past, was his heaven.
Yes.
That he was there. He was one with every smiling face. He had adventure in his life. He had love, he had friendship, he had all that he looked for, and
he
now
considered that heaven.
Exactly. And now he doesn't want any kind of praise to him because in the state he's in, he knows that he cannot handle it, and the only way that he'll accept any more kind of praise or good thoughts, because let's keep in mind, we're going to take this back into real life, in that situation, when you're in that kind of spiral, the whole it'll get better, things aren't as bad as what they seem, keep your head up, those really don't mean shit to that person while they're in there. So he's saying, tell me these when my heart gets better. So right now I'm seeing the one flicker of the flame that he might not be actually wanting to die or dead in the first place, because he mentions when my heart gets better. So is he anticipating that his heart gets better, or is he anticipating maybe transitioning to another life? I don't know. Right.
And it seems like he's seeking solitude so he can be alone with these thoughts. Yes, and with these feelings, because an empath will feel like nobody can understand anyways.
Okay, guys, it looks like we're still in part 2, home. So let's go and see what part 3 is like.
Once my heart goes right, take me home. Get away, run away, fly away, lead me astray to dreamers hideaway. I gotta cry 'cause the shoulder cries more. I gotta die at a home for the cold world. Running green, the other two faces, one for the world, one for God save me. I gotta cry 'cause the shoulder cries more. I gotta die at a home for the cold world, home for the cold world, home for the cold world.
Wow.
Right.
We're going into part 3 right now.
Yes.
Look at those graphics.
I love it.
The show is so awesome.
Yes, it's epic.
Oh wow, yeah.
Yep.
So he relates to water.
Water signs.
Still chills, man. Still get chills.
Wow. She did this amazing.
Yeah. Holy
Goosies. Okay.
I almost feel bipolar.
I know,
listening to
I
this.
know.
You know what I mean? Like, for real, like, it will take you on some ups and downs, man.
Like I called it in the beginning, I feel like this is about to be a roller coaster of emotion.
Absolutely.
Nightwish is just good at that period. They really are. But this one, now after reacting to the whole thing, I can't believe how accurate I really was about that.
Alexandra said, the show must go on. Drew hell of a ride can make one dizzy. Absolutely. And that's, just listening to it back. This is one of those songs, like, I don't know if I would be able to just listen to this on a regular basis. You know what I mean? But even if I'm at a great spot in life, like I am, I'm a super happy person, that sort of thing. Like the emotion that they put into this, you know what I mean?
It's real, it's raw. And
absolutely, and it
we feel
transfers
it deeply.
every time, man. It's crazy.
The keyboardist, the guy that plays the keyboard, he is the one that writes the songs, right? Composes and writes the songs.
Is it the keyboard? I know his name's Tomas. Don't kill me if I pronounced it wrong.
It would be Thomas in America. So.
But
maybe.
and obviously when you're as good a writer as what he obviously is, because this right here, I've never in my life heard a metal song, any song for that matter, take you through stages like this, and we're just now on part 3. Like my nips are straight up rocket right
straight
now.
up.
I had so many
reason,
goosebumps
I get goosies on my
when she
soul.
sang that. Look at that! Look at that timing. That she did that on purpose.
I get goosies on my soul, and he gets hard nipples. So
hey, it is what it is, guys. He obviously is, because this right here, I've never in my life heard a metal song, any song for that matter, take you through stages like this, and we're just now on part 3. Like my nips are straight up rocket right now. I had so many goosebumps when she sang. So Shoal 33 says they never performed this since Tomas has put this all far behind him now. Oh wow, that's crazy.
I really feel like since I know that he is the one that wrote this now, I read the comments. I really feel like this. I said this in the video too, that art, you can turn your pain into art, and then that can also help others too, which can also help you. It's like a spiral in a good direction, in a healing direction. And I feel like, once you can get like this powerful stuff that he felt off your chest, it's a release. And it can begin the healing process. So I completely understand why he wants to leave it in the past, since he clearly healed from it and has went on since then.
So when passion becomes a business, absolutely, well said. And that's I feel like
that's what we should all be striving for.
Even if
life.
we're talking about other artists, even other genres, even other areas. It doesn't have to be
just
music.
Art,
even
period.
anytime you are able to turn what you love, that you have a passion for, into a business. You're bound to if
the
not
law
succeed,
of attraction will work with you.
Succeed, in a monetary sense or something like that, you're gonna feel fulfilled because you were able to, do that.
Do what
which
you're
is,
meant
which is
to
what
do.
we all strive to do.
Yes.
I mean, how many people do you know that say, "Man, I hope I get to spend my life doing something I hate"?
Right,
Not very many people.
But unfortunately, a lot of people do that because they have to survive. They don't give much time to thrive. But I feel like as a human race, especially, I feel like we're all awakening big time right now. We all need to really come together as people and overpower the uppity up side of what, controls everything.
Absolutely.
And we need to decide what we want for our life.
Yep.
So
When she sang that, okay, so right there with the... I feel like this right here is him dying. I feel like this is him giving in.
Wash me away.
Like this is him giving in. This is him,
or maybe asking
giving
for it
up,
to wash him away.
Like giving up. He's
water can be very cleansing.
He finds beauty. He wants to be left. Tuck him in beneath the beauty. I find I relate to
waterfall.
That's what I was gonna say. I relate to the water. I'm a double water sign. I'm at home near water. That's where I'm the happiest.
I'm also a dominant water sign.
And I can't help but to feel like that's where he wants his death, or that's where he wants to be placed after he's died. I myself want to be, sprinkled in the ocean, as far as when I go. Now,
this might be also a symbolic death.
I think it is.
Because I do shower meditations.
I think it is.
And I meditate, and I wash away all the negative energy that has been stored on my body, and I watch it. I don't visualize it. I watch it go down the drain and spiral down the drain and say bye-bye to it. It truly will what's the word? Like kind
Renew.
of balance. Yes,
Yeah.
the energies.
Absolutely.
Yes. Yep.
Well, okay, so part 3 is the title is the Pacific, so we do
Okay.
got the water part right. I mean,
Yes.
the graphics in the
Yes.
background kind of gave that away. I mean, sparkle my scenery, tuck me in beneath the blue, swaying. See, the swaying blade, my lullaby makes me think that it is the death.
Yes.
Because you got the
and
pendulum.
he welcomes it.
You
It's
got
his lullaby
yes.
to sleep.
Right.
Yes.
That's his time to rest. Death is the only way he's going to be able
The
to
lyrics,
rest.
man.
Away
The lyrics
from
are
Yes.
so good, aren't
away
they?
from this pain,
Oh
this
my
torment,
God, it's crazy.
whatever it is that's tormenting him. I don't know if you've seen in the beginning
I
the
did.
thing swinging. That
Yes.
is a pendulum. It is a blade of sorts. It
Right.
could be, but that's
Right.
what he's referring to right here,
Exactly.
in my opinion.
Pendulum
so
could
I'm going
be
to take
many
it back
things,
and I'm
but
going
Well,
to
and
Yeah,
also
place
that
more in
could
there.
be symbolism for, cutting off his mental from his heart.
absolutely.
So
trying
he's
to
not
reset.
tormented by his mind and these thoughts
Trying
and these
to
memories
reset.
anymore.
Absolutely,
Yes.
absolutely. I think that's probably more where it's going. I don't think that it should. And I could be completely wrong. I don't think that we're going to deal with a complete death.
Yeah.
As far as in the physical, I think, but I don't want there to be any kind of downplay there, because a metaphorical death can be just as bad for the person
Yes.
dealing with it. So let's not, I don't want to be reamed in the
not,
comments.
if not worse, because you
Absolutely.
actually have to pull yourself through that
and then
and
you have
find
to
an
come back through it,
understanding.
and then
Yeah.
exactly. People in general have such a hard time with change.
Yep.
Even if it's positive change,
Yep.
a lot of people aren't able to, fully grasp and just jump on board with, change.
Yeah.
Right off
Due
the
to
bat.
a lot of the conditioning.
Absolutely, and
It really is.
I'm one of those people.
Yeah.
I tend to be able to adapt fairly well to any
Yes.
change, but it doesn't mean I anticipate it in a good way.
Yes,
you know.
exactly. And you have
Exactly.
to go through a rebirth, and as magical as that sounds, it's
Yeah.
actually very painful to
Yeah.
go
It's
through
messy.
those transformations.
Well said.
To spread your wings, the metamorphosis
Well said.
of life. I've been through many.
Well said, Britain the Pendulum.
Her control.
Her voice.
He's feeling some type of way.
Wow.
Wow. Wow.
I'm afraid, so afraid. Being raped again and again and again. I know I will die alone, but loved. You live long enough to hear the sound of guns. Long enough to find yourself screaming every night. Long enough to see your friends betray you. For years, I've been strapped onto this altar. Now I only have 3 minutes counting. I just wish the tide would catch me first and give me a death I always longed for.
Wow.
The storm is brewing in.
That's so good. Holy shit.
Yes.
Yeah.
First of all, I'm in love with this song.
Part 4, Dark Passion Play. Okay.
I'm this is nuts, man. I'm
Yeah.
loving this.
Yeah.
Like it's hard.
transitions
I love
are
the
so
It's hard to
crazy.
it's hard to
Yeah.
say that because it is very dramatic and
Yes.
you know it's a roller coaster of
I
emotions.
love the
but
different
as
transformations
yeah.
because that is the whole process
as
of,
an artist and
of emotion.
yes, and a songwriter
Period.
myself back in the day, you know, this I wouldn't even compare to this kind of level, but being able to create something
couldn't
this
even call it.
complex,
Yes.
like it's got my tongue tied, is ridiculous. You know what I mean? Like
Yes.
it is ridiculous. So now we're dealing with Dark Passion Play. I love how they brought. Oh, what's his name? I'm missing his name now. The this guy here, the one that I like so much when he
Yes,
sings.
yes, the one that sings with Floor all the time.
Yes,
we
I
talk
can't-
about him all the time.
I usually remember his name, but my mind's blank right now. So he's saying that the death happened,
Yes,
or
and
at
the
least
crow is feasting.
or at least you know in his mind it's gonna happen,
Yes.
or it has happened, and everybody's gonna rejoice, and the world's gonna be a better place without
Right.
you.
The crows are a symbolism for death.
Yes.
For what is it? A murder.
A
or
murder of
something?
crows is
Yes.
actually you know multiple crows together. So.
Yes.
Everyone must bury their own. To break the barrier, the heart of stone. Now he's in hell, searching well. Straight for the bell, calling for his farewell.
Morning dawned upon his altar, the means of the dark passion play, performed by his friends without shame, spinning on his grave as they came. Get away, run away, fly away, leave me astray. The dreamers hide away. I can't cry 'cause the shoulder cries for I cannot die. I am hard for the gold girl. Forgive me, I have but two faces, one for the world, and one for God. Save me. I cannot cry 'cause the shoulder cries for I cannot die. I am hard for the cold world, hard for the cold world, hard for the cold.
Today, in the year of our Lord 2005, two of us was called from the cares of the world. He stopped crying at the end of each beautiful day. The music he wrote had too long been without silence. He was found naked and dead, with a smile on his face, a pen, and 1,000 pages of erased text.
Wow.
Okay. Okay.
It's a heartbeat. It's slowing down. He's dying.
Love the cinematics.
He's dead. Mother and father.
Okay.
Okay.
Maybe reunited with his maker.
Okay. So they mentioned Tomas. All right. So
I knew he was feeling some type of way. I could tell especially when it slowed down in the Pacific parts.
Absolutely.
When it got very, very, very personal and very, very emotional in a
Yeah.
very more sad, vulnerable way instead of anger. You know.
Absolutely. Well, you felt in the Dark Passion Play, especially there in the end. I don't know if it was two opposing forces, you
Right.
know, or if it was just all one, you know, end. And
Right.
and I can't help but feel like it was in his mind inflicted by everyone else
Right.
or by someone else,
Yes.
and rather than himself, or caused him to inflict it to himself
Yes.
by
Right.
everyone else, which
Right.
is a big possibility.
Because he might feel like he doesn't belong in this world because there isn't anybody that can love to his
But his
to
friends,
his extent.
you know, spit
that
on his
can,
grave
that
as
can
he walked by.
Yeah, that can understand him and his depth.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Right. So we got the death. There was a death, an actual death.
Yes.
And I love how they tied in him as the songwriter. He's the
Yes.
songwriter of Nightwish. Found him with a pen and 1,000 pages with erased words, so nobody knows really what he wrote.
Yep.
Man, that's deep. Let's see what Mother and Father go.
Mystery. Maybe him being reunited with his source. Water again.
Wow.
Be still, my soul. Your How did you become so cold? The lights will keep on descending. All you need is to feel my love. Search for beauty, find a shore. Try to save them all, need no more. You have such oceans within. In the end, I will always love you.
The beginning.
Yeah.
I forgot how intense that was.
I know.
Holy wow, shit.
I'm really glad that we let that the
So-
last part just play through.
Yeah,
Because
I
it
am
really
too.
needed that moment
That was
to shine.
crazy good.
Yes.
All right, so guys, if you guys just came in, we just got done revisiting The Poet and the Pendulum, which we did this past summer.
Yep.
We went in blind, tried to kind of interpret it, what we thought it was about and what it meant to us first. We wanted to kind of refresh it because we had to take the summer off
Yes.
from YouTube and didn't get back into things until around the holidays. So we wanted to make sure we were fresh
Yes.
for this next part where we are actually going to finally do a little bit of the research, kind of find out where Tomas was coming from
Yes.
whenever he wrote this.
And like I said, the people in the comments told us that we did a great job going in blind
Yeah.
and feeling what they were feeling.
Absolutely. So I'm anxious. I've been anxious to find out kind of what was going on.
I really believe it's because we can relate to empathy so deeply.
Yeah, and I mean, just regardless of the, you know, what it was wrote about, he did such a good job of writing it to
Oh my
where
gosh.
so many people can relate
yes,
to it
and
and
they can
interpret it
in their own
into
way.
their own
Yes.
way, that sort of thing. So
Yes.
now what we're going to do, guys, we're going to switch back. We're going to read some of the behind the scenes type of things that I've got pulled up here to figure out what this was actually wrote about. Feel free, guys, to write in the chat anything you might know about the
And if you want to watch the end of our reaction too, you can always go back and watch it. We're on a little bit of a time crunch because our son gets out of school in an hour, and we want to make sure we really get to dive in and see what this is about.
Yes, and we still plan on trying to do a first reaction to Sleeping Sun, I think is what it's called.
Yes.
Next, after we get done with this. So feel free
Yes.
to write it in the chat. Anything you might know about it. We've told you guys multiple times that we want to go in blind, so don't spoil anything for us. Now's the time. You guys can do all of the telling that you want.
We are ready.
We are ready. All right, let me get this part ready here.
One of our favorite things to do on this channel, and this is why we started this channel, obviously we do it with hip-hop more so, but now on this channel we get to do all kinds of stuff, and I love it, especially stuff like this that is so deep and so poetic. It's like the perfect thing to decode and break down, but that was our favorite thing to do on like date nights and stuff in our spare time, and on like road trips and stuff. We loved breaking down lyrics, so that's why we always go in blind, because that's kind of how you want to feel a song for the first time. You don't want any biases. You don't want any, and a lot of people, they can have two different things, sometimes 3, 4 different, ways of explaining things to us. And, that can be that will make somebody sway one way or the other sometimes.
Stefan said there's a reason you've been asked to do the research first. You could really have made an exception. We don't do exceptions on this channel, bub.
Nope.
We tend to do things our way. We like to interpret things ourselves.
Yep.
That's
what I was just saying.
Yeah, we find joy in doing that, which is why we are starting our Patreon, where we will go through and interpret what we can. And I prefer to enjoy something raw, which is why that's a theme of our channel, real, raw, and rugged. I don't like to know about something before going into it, because to me it takes away from the experience. So
we got hundreds of comments. There was a lot that told us to do research, and once they seen our reaction, they said that it was actually the best idea for us to go in blind, that we did an exceptional job.
We've got the Nightwish wiki from fandom here. I guess I will start with that. And let's see, it says Poet in the Pendulum, the first song in Nightwish's 6th album, Dark Passion Play. The song is one of Tomas's most personal songs, dealing with, leaving the band and his feelings of it. Okay, so it was it was an actual.
All right, we've heard that story when we first started Nightwish.
We heard that when she had left, but I had no idea. From
the Nightwish Army.
Yeah, I had no idea that that's actually what sparked this.
Right, so were they together? Like, was it an actual love story, or was it just like a love for the band as a whole?
The song at its time was the longest Nightwish song in duration, and is now the 2nd longest song, only to The Greatest Show on Earth,
which is coming up soon.
Which is coming up for us. We still haven't seen that one, guys. Clocking at around 14 minutes. The song is divided into 5 sections, each with different themes and styles being applied. I love the engineering that they did on this was just freaking ridiculous.
Yes.
The White Lands of Empathica, Home, Pacific, Dark Passion Play, and Mother and Father. There is a demo version by Marco with even darker lyrics. Wow,
Ooh.
I would like to check that out.
Yeah,
I would love
too.
to check that out. So let's see. Said was his muse. Okay.
Okay.
All right. That makes a lot of sense why why it was so intense.
Yes.
And I wonder why she left.
Yeah,
Right?
we don't know that. People just told us the kind of the history when we first started Nightwish. And there was a lot. It was overwhelming. Anytime we start a new thing, and we do a lot on this channel, it can be overwhelming, and it usually takes us a few videos to really get to know like everybody and the history and stuff like that. That's why we love going in blind and having the fans fill us in.
Yeah.
You know, and letting us know what's up, because they do it in such a way too that makes it more personal rather than just looking up stuff that could be right, could not be right. You know what I mean?
Yeah. So let's see here. We've got on songmeanings.com, we've got, it looks like a bunch of different comments from, I guess, people that wrote in as far as what they've said. This one says,
does he have like an interview or something with him talking about what
yeah,
this
if
means?
you guys know of a good spot to kind of go and check out maybe something they've talked about, let me know in the chat and I will go there. This person says, yeah, actually, see, it says, Edgar Allan Poe's short story, The Pit and the Pendulum, was something more than just an inspiration to Tomas. Sufficient to say that even the cover of the whole album, Dark Passion Play, is nothing but the blade-edged pendulum described in the story. The Pit and the Pendulum is a story about the psychological torments that endures a victim of the Spanish Inquisition, okay? After being judged guilty, the narrator is put into a completely dark room. He soon discovers it is full of traps. I get that, all right?
Yep.
But in the end, he realizes it's very possible that every possible way leads him inevitably to a torturous death.
Ooh,
oh, wow. That's, you know, and so he got inspiration from several different spots. Like he got the emotional inspiration from that person leaving the band.
Yes.
And his
own personal
torment with that, but
Yes.
kind of based it with a loose theme, I guess, around the Pit and the Pendulum. Yeah, by Edgar Allan Poe. That is amazing. Let me see what else I can come up with here. Let's see. Let's see. Wow, this one right here says, Nightwish's Tomas Dark Passion Play saved my mental health.
That's awesome.
That is. Let's see here. Here's this one right here. This one looks like it might have a little bit to do.
It's the same one.
It is the same one. Why is... It doesn't take you to the comment, though. Yeah, it doesn't really say on this one. So let me see if I can come up with something else here. Let me see. We read that. We did we do this one? No, we did not do this one. So this is said its structure is a little difficult. There's a lyric video that's just talking about the structure of the actual song itself. So I'm not really seeing a whole lot of research to do as far. Here's an interview. Okay, this is what we were looking for right here. This is what we want to see. Holy crap, I can't read that. Let's see here. Says, so Tomas talks about...
This is small.
Yeah, let's see. Okay, so this is it's an actual question answer. It says the last time, let's see, want to provide
There's he's talking about Poe.
Where?
Right here.
Okay, so it says.
Right here, baby.
I know, I'm looking at this part right here. So the question was, I've always been impressed with the number of literary influences in your music. The Poet and the Pendulum, for example, brings to mind Poe's story, The Pit and the Pendulum. What's the connection to Edgar Allan Poe for you? And then can you read that? Yeah, you read that part right there.
I'm a fantasy and horror freak. Poe is one of the best. The Pit and the Pendulum is one of my all-time favorite novels. I just loved the wordplay of The Poet and the Pendulum when I was writing the song. I was going through the most terrible time in my life because of what was going on with the band and elsewhere. Right now, it feels really awkward listening to that song, especially playing that song, since I'm not that person anymore. But I just fancied the idea of killing myself in a song in a concrete way. In the lyrics, it even says in the lyrics that Tomas was buried. Now it feels really weird to listen to that song, but at the same time, it felt like the ultimate catharsis, that I had to do. I imagined myself being on an altar with the pendulum coming down, like in the novel, and that's where the song was born.
Wow. So you said, so on the current album, you have a track entitled Edmund.
Hey, we don't want to go any deeper into any other songs.
I don't want to find out too much about any other songs. Wow. So so he
pretty much summed it up right there.
Yeah, he was literally looking into it as a death,
symbolic death,
a symbolic death, because,
to get him through what he was going through in life. That's what we said during our reaction.
I just wonder, like,
we just didn't know who it was about.
Was he literally worried that the band wasn't gonna
come back together,
wasn't gonna be what it was, because that person wasn't going to be in the band anymore? Because I know a lot of bands will struggle after losing a member, especially a prominent member, like a front man or a front woman.
Did he write this after they got Floor? Like, did he write this for her to sing it?
Yeah, that's a good question, too. Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. So, yes, guys, we're going to look forward to going through and reading all the comments now.
As always.
As always, we tried to skip over any kind of comments that might lead to the meaning of the song up until now.
Everybody's been very respectful, though, of how we do things on here. Even the ones that told us that that we should. Like I said, they came back and told us that what we did was genius, that we stayed true to ourselves, and that we fill the songs enough that we were interpreting it perfectly. And like I said, it was literally due to it being so relatable.
Yeah, so regardless, we are looking forward to hearing what you guys have to say. We will go back through the old comments and see what we missed. Now we are getting ready to do, for the first time, guys, the next one on our Nightwish list. This will be the first time we've ever heard Sleeping Sun.
I love that name. I always love the names of their songs.
Our next Nightwish Wednesday Live that we come back and do next Wednesday, we will do a short discussion kind of on what this one is. After we do this reaction live, I will cut this part out and post a video for those of you that don't get to check out the live, and for those
long form,
just in case also the live gets taken down, because a lot of times our lives will get taken down due to multiple copyrights, and we'll just take the actual song that we need and we will put that out in video form.
We will do an intro and an outro with the lyric of the day as well.
Yes, because we do like to do lyric of the day, as a lot of you will know, and kind of discuss the lyrics at the end of the song. So if you guys want to check out the rest of the Poet and the Pendulum that we did, where we did our lyric of the day and kind of discussed at the end, Be Our Guest, that was by far my favorite one that they've done. And it's hard to say.
The hype was real.
It's hard to say that, because it was such an emotional, like I was saying, it would be a hard one for me to just listen to on a regular basis, because it's so
emotionally involved.
Yes, it's so up and down, and just when you're getting into it and feeling a certain type of way, it takes you out of it. You know what I mean?
Right.
Which is magical.
Which is the geniusness of it.
Yes, it's magical in its own right.
Yes.
So
this is what we need to hear right here.
Yes.
It was written for Marco and Annette. Oh yeah, they had Annette after that.
Okay.
I remember
now. The band felt, I think Tarja, Tarja
was acting like a diva after she got married, so they fired her.
Oh, they got rid of her. Okay, that makes sense. See, thank you so much for letting us know that. That's crazy. So I'm wondering, like, is that that was probably that you got to kind of feel like that was a hard thing to do. You know what I mean?
I mean, obviously.
Like that's a real hard thing to do. And I mean, Nightwish doesn't strike me as the type of band to really support any kind of diva or any kind of, they
go against that material world.
And we've talked about it, and what we've seen,
which is what we love about
what we've seen so far is it's such a collaborated effort.
Yes.
You know what I mean? There's not one just standout. No. Although obviously Floor's lyrical ability does kind of put her to the forefront, because she is, the front woman,
singer.
Singer, you know what I mean, which a lot of people tend to gravitate to. us as, you know, music enthusiasts and me, a former musician myself,
We appreciate them all.
Absolutely. So
Yes.
it just,
If it weren't for them
not
all, it
one of
wouldn't
them
be
just
what
stands
it. Yes,
out.
if it weren't for them all, it wouldn't be what it is.
knowing though that Tomas writes it all,
Yes.
you know what I mean, is it kind of, it puts
a
me
spotlight on him.
Well, it puts me into kind of an awe state because
Yeah.
he, like, you got to think of as for the other band members to work so well with something that he's composed, wrote, whatever the case is,
Right.
and you know what I mean, and they're literally picking it up and playing it with the emotion that he's put into it writing. You know what I
Yes.
mean? That takes a team. That takes teamwork. That takes people that feel each other and can pick
Yes.
up on each other's emotions
Yes,
and feelings and stuff like that.
Somebody told us what kind of empath, like, personality Floor has, and that she does it through her singing. That she can portray somebody else's emotion through singing. And that's her gift.
Wow. Said her manager separated her from the band. I got you.
Mm-hmm.
I got you. What is up, Lee? You just made it just in time. We're getting
Yes,
ready
hello,
to do
everyone.
Yes, you're getting ready to. Excuse me, I'm choking on my own breath here. We're gonna do our next one in the line right now, guys.
Yes.
And this one is we're literally about smack dab in the middle of our Nightwish journey. So look for our lives to be every Wednesday, every other Wednesday, and the ones that, like we said before, the ones that we do in our video form at the beginning of our Nightwish Wednesday lives, we will kind of do a quick discussion. That way you guys, we value your guys' input so much, and if we don't have time to read the comments,
Hold on just a minute.
yeah, if we don't have time to read the comments and go through all of those, we will be able to talk to those of you that come into our live stream and kind of talk to us that way. So come here, Sissy. We got a visitor, guys. It's the puppy.
Yes.
The puppy came down to see us. Are you ready?
Yep.
All right. So here we go. After that, it's
We've got a homeschooled baby that's at home with us, so
Yes.
it's not the easiest pulling away during the day. But I know that
That's why we do
the
a lot of
majority
our
of
lives at
listeners,
night, so.
yes, the majority of our listeners for Nightwish, they needed us to do it during the day, so we are here.
that is right. So all right, guys, here we go for the first time. This is Nightwish.
Sleeping Sun, 2016. I love her outfit. Turn the captions on.
They're not theirs. No.
Oh, okay. Okay.
Yeah. I like her tattoos.
I
That is so
love her
crazy cool.
outfit.
Upon a century, wistful oceans come and red, ardent caresses laid to rest. For my dreams I hold my life, for wishes I behold my night, the truth.
Wow.
At the end of time, losing faith makes a cry. I wish for this night time to last for a lifetime. The darkness around me, shores of the solar sea. Oh, how I
I sailed
love
before
this.
1,000 moons, never finding where to go.
I love this song. In the beginning,
lyrics
did it
are
not
so-
remind you of like a 90s like
It's a ballad.
vampire movie
It's like
or
a-
like an
it's-
80s love
Yeah,
song?
it's like a ballad. Like this is
Yeah.
once again, it's something completely different. You know, this
Yes.
is not anything like we've
That's
heard.
one of our favorite things about Nightwish is that
Absolutely.
you never know what's next.
We're gonna listen to this, guys, and really kind of go into the lyrics afterwards into our
Lyric of the day.
in our lyric of the day that we'll do in our video form.
Yep.
I can already tell that I'm going to be long-winded. Nightwish's writing, Tomas, I should say, the writing is just so
It's genius.
complex and so metaphorical and so
Poetic.
poetic. It's just, it deserves to have its own
It's our
time.
jazz.
You know
It's
what I
our
mean?
jazz.
Absolutely.
For 1,000 moons, never finding where to go. 222 days of light will be desired by a night, a moment for the poet's play, until there's nothing left to say. I wish for this nighttime to last for a lifetime. The darkness around me shores up the solar sea.
Wow, what's that last part of the hook that she says there?
look it up.
We need to bring that up real quick. She says, "I wish for the nighttime to last a lifetime, or
Yes.
each nighttime to last a lifetime."
What's
But-
it called? Sleeping Sun?
Yes. I'm having a hard time hearing the second part of that.
Okay.
There you go.
Okay. I wish for this nighttime to last for a lifetime, the darkness around me, shores of a solar sea. Oh, how I wish to go down with the sun, sleeping, weeping with you.
Wow. Holy
Deep.
crap. That's intense. That makes me like, I was in creative writing and advanced English and stuff whenever I was in high school, and this kind of writing never came up. You know what I mean? This
Yes.
wasn't something that was
This is advanced.
this is the smart kid class. I was in like the
Beginners.
Yeah, the beginners advanced apparently.
The solar sea. Oh, how I wish to go down with the sun, sleeping, weeping with you.
Wow, that's so pretty.
I wish for this nighttime to last for a lifetime. The darkness around me shores up the solar sea. Oh, how I wish to go down with the sun,
Wow, my God.
Yes. Thank you. Thank you. Yes, girl.
Damn, that was beautiful. That
Yes, it was.
That was crazy. It was short for a Nightwish song.
Yes, I was about to say, very
was
short
very
and
short.
sweet. Oh my gosh, the greatest show on earth just popped up next.
Yes, that's going to be the
coming
next
up
one.
soon.
Yeah, so guys, that was Nightwish,
Yes.
Sleeping Sun. The lyrics on that one are just as intense. You know what I mean?
Yes.
Like, I feel like
I just love how they engineer and structure each song so differently,
Yeah.
but they're still so deeply felt.
I just
They're
wonder,
so versatile.
I mean, obviously, to write that good,
Mm-hmm.
you have to have so much like life inspiration.
Oh,
You know what I
yes.
mean? Because like when
Well,
I
and he is inspired by some of the greats.
right when
the
I
great poets out
when
there.
I did songs, obviously I was in a completely different genre. It was nowhere near like that. I wouldn't be able to write like that if somebody forced me to. But
hip
I
hop,
had to have.
hip hop has a lot of intelligence in
I
it
had
too.
to have. I felt like inspiration
Mm-hmm.
to get some of my best stuff out. Like some of
Yes.
my best stuff was based off of something
Real
that
life
had
events.
something that even if what I was writing wasn't necessarily literal,
Yes.
you know what I mean, that would take me to more of a metaphorical
Yes,
ability,
symbolic.
if that makes sense, you know what I mean. So
Yes.
that was amazing, a wonderful song. But I have to say goodbye, good night, good morning, good day, greetings from Germany. All right.
Good afternoon here.
Yes, it is afternoon here, guys,
Yeah.
and this is going to be near the end of this stream. We do Nightwish on Wednesdays. We started it back in the summer. We had to take the summer off. We didn't get things started till a couple months ago, and we wanted to make sure that we were on a actual schedule,
Yes.
which we are, so you guys can look forward to seeing our Nightwish videos come out on Wednesdays.
Yes.
We will do a live once or twice through the month, but we will keep everybody notified in the community section. So if you're not
Yes.
subscribed, do that, or check out
And
our socials.
Yes, and our lives will discuss the songs that we did the past week or the week before, depending on how many lives we do.
So he says Tomas wrote this at the time of the solar eclipse in '99 and was sung by it was one of the favorites of Floor, so they put it again on their set list. That's
a great
That's
idea.
a one of the
I love it.
one of the most diverse, as far as like it didn't have a whole lot of, it wasn't like what I would call metal. You know what I mean?
Yes.
It was one of the
It was more symphonic.
the melody that they had in it
Yes.
was so catchy.
Yes, it
You know what I
was.
mean? I can see this as being like a really popular one.
It was like a modern
commercially.
80s, 90s ballad.
It was really cool. So great insight. Love it. Sadly, have to go back to work. Love you guys. Love you, Lee.
Love you.
Thank you so
Love
much
you
for
all.
stopping by. Guys, we are getting ready to get off here as well. Before we
Gotta
do,
go pick up another little
yep,
from school.
we want to let all of you know that you are loved.
And you are important. Get out and do something that's all about you today, not about what society tells you to be. You get out and be you, because being you is beautiful.
That's right, guys. We try to push as much positivity as possible because there's so much negative in the world. There's just no
Yes.
room for it anymore.
I know
So-
that people are so used to negativity. We get hate when we're so positive. Like,
Yes.
this isn't real life. This isn't reality.
Yeah.
We get it. There's ups and downs in life. We are human. We go through it too. We are preachers of that is actually normal. And the more
Absolutely.
that we see that as normal, and that there's going to be ups and downs, the more that we can get to the next positive. We don't
Absolutely.
always have to remain in a negative. Although I get it, it's addicting. We've been conditioned to be addicted to the negative. We can change that.
Absolutely, guys. We love spending our Wednesdays with you.
Yes,
Until
love
next
you.
Wednesday, we are out of here. Until then, her and I will be just as.
Real. Peace, guys.
Later, guys.
All I do is hide away. All I do is hide away. All I do is hide away. All I do is chase away.
Locked in my room, all I have is a dream. Locked in my room at the age of 13. Notebook at the notebook, feel bad for the trees. My bad, I'm a beast on beats. I'm a feast, don't speak when I get punched in the teeth with his pen and pad. It's like lunchtime in the pen, and I want my cornbread. Girls got their brows on fleek, the guys got their cups on lean. I just want these rhymes on point, trying to come up with new schemes, trying to find out what it all means. Popping the scene while stacking the screen at the same time. Getting too burst on at the same time, but I'm getting too old at the same time. With these technological advances and people wanting second chances, I'm surprised the time machine ain't been invented yet. I could use that advantage, travel back in time with a new understanding. Wreck shop and do damage, rescope and replan it, realign a new planet. But I'm supposed to be where I'm supposed to be, on point to be posted with my posse. Paparazzi probably pop the shots, but these pretty pop stars gon' pose for me. Ain't no time for the petty, no codes for me. Trying to be Tom Petty House bro for me. Trying to enjoy this rush like Geddy Lee and go to this for the people that would go for me because
All I do is hide